The Maze Runner is a 2014 dystopian sci-fi mystery film directed by Wes Bell and stars Dylan O'Brien, Ki Hong Lee, and Kaya Scodelario. It begins with a teenage boy, Thomas, played by O'Brien, waking up inside a rising elevator known as the Box. He arrives in the Glade, a large open area surrounded by giant stone walls. The Glade is populated entirely by boys, all of whom arrived the same way, memory wiped, identities forgotten except their names. The Gladers have built a functioning mini-society with rules, roles, and leaders. Each day, the walls open to reveal the maze, a shifting labyrinth filled with biomechanical monsters called grievers. Only designated runners are allowed inside to map its ever-changing passages. Thomas quickly proves himself curious, brave, and unwilling to accept the status quo. His arrival triggers strange events, and soon after, a girl, Teresa, played by Kaya Scodelario, arrives with a message. This is the last one. As the maze becomes more dangerous and the Glade's stability collapses, Thomas joins the runners to uncover the truth behind the maze, the organization controlling it, and humanity's struggle against a deadly virus ravaging the world. The film culminates in the surviving Gladers escaping the maze and discovering that their ordeal was an experiment orchestrated by Wicked, who claims the trials were necessary to find those immune to the virus and capable of helping save humanity. If we look at Thomas, we see he is designed as a classic protagonist, curious, rebellious, and morally driven. O'Brien delivers a grounded performance, capturing both the vulnerability of a boy with no memory and the determination of a natural leader. His arc, from confusion to courage, is one of the film's strongest elements, and his impulsive decisions push the plot forward in meaningful ways. When we are talking about antagonists, there are three. The maze itself functions as an environmental villain, cold, mechanical, constantly shifting. The grievers, grotesque biomechanical creatures, provide a physical threat. Wicked serves as the overarching human antagonist, though its motives remain deliberately mysterious. This layered antagonism makes the film tense and unpredictable, but the mystery sometimes veers into vagueness instead of clever ambiguity. The plot is fast-paced and gripping, especially in the first half. The world-building is intriguing, the maze sequences are claustrophobic and exciting, and the structure of Glade society is believable. However, the film begins to show fractures in its narrative consistency once it shifts from survival thriller to science fiction conspiracy. One of the major contradictions the film has is its virus and immunity problem. The film tells us, through the Wicked reveal, that the young people were chosen because they could survive the virus, implying immunity or resistance. Yet throughout the film, characters are infected, threatened by or killed by the effects of the virus or its derivatives, such as the griever sting, which is supposedly related to the same pathogen. This creates several contradictions. If they are immune, why can the griever's sting infect them? The movie never explains whether the griever serum is a different strain, a weaponized version, or something unrelated. Why does memory loss occur if they are immune? Wicked's justification for wiping their memories contradicts the idea that the trials measure natural immunity rather than emotional or psychological variables. If immunity is the point, why expose them to a mechanical maze? The maze tests physical endurance and cooperation more than resistance to infection. Why do some characters die from infection despite being chosen? The film leaves this unclear, leading to confusion about the scientific logic behind the trials. This is a glaring narrative gap. The concept is strong, testing immune survivors, but the execution muddies the science and never provides resolution. The dialogue is functional, sometimes effective, but rarely nuanced. The slang created for the Gladers helps build a sense of culture, though it occasionally feels forced. Expository lines toward the end feel rushed, as if cramming in explanations from the novel without full development. As for performances, O'Brien delivers a strong performance and is a magnetic lead. Thomas Brodie Sangster, as Newt, is quietly compelling and lends emotional weight. and Will Poulter, as Gally, is effective as an antagonist, embodying fear and rigidity. The cast's chemistry is excellent and elevates the material, helping the Glade feel like a lived-in community. The Grievers are one of the visual highlights of the film, slimy, mechanical, and insectoid. Their unsettling design blends organic and technological elements, reinforcing the unnatural horrors created by Wicked. While their appearances are sparse, each encounter is memorable and frightening. Beyond the virus immunity issue, notable contradictions include the regular sending of supplies if the goal is stress testing the subjects. The final holographic message claims the test is over, only for Wicked to stage yet another trial outside. The test within a test structure confuses rather than intrigues. Then there is the concept of the maze itself. If Wicked had the time, money, and resources to construct such a grand, intricate maze filled with grievers, how the hell can they not deal with the virus and rebuild society? These inconsistencies don't ruin the film, but they weaken the logic of the world. So what's the overall verdict, you may ask? The Maze Runner is an engaging, atmospheric sci-fi thriller with strong performances, excellent creature design, and an intriguing mystery at its core. It excels in tension, pacing, and the claustrophobic terror of the maze. However, it is held back by narrative contradictions, particularly the unclear logic around immunity, infection, and the purpose of the trials, as well as rushed explanations and underdeveloped scientific world-building. Even with its flaws, the film succeeds as an entertaining and visually compelling introduction to a larger dystopian saga. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time.